Welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Railroad. We're about to take a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom, with stops along the way at Frontierland and Fantasyland. Sit tight and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs well inside the train. We're leaving Main Street Station right now, so wave it goodbye. But if you stay on board long enough, sooner or later, you'll be back.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
To ride the rails than the Magic Kingdom. By the way, we're traveling on pure steam power. This old locomotive is descended from the mighty trains that powered the golden age of steam. And just like me, it's a little old-fashioned. Now, where else can you travel from the charm of Main Street, USA to the untamed jungles of Africa, Asia, and South America? At the Magic Kingdom, anything is possible, and we're headed straight to the heart of Adventureland. It can get pretty wild in these parts, especially if you run into Captain Jack Sparrow. He's hiding out among those scurrilous pirates of the Caribbean. But whether you're boarding a boat for the Jungle Cruise or flying on Aladdin's magic carpets, when you visit Adventureland, bring an extra dose of bravery. As for me, I'll stay safe and sound right here aboard my train, if you don't mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are slowing down because there's a train in front of us at Frontierland Station, and that is the station that we do need to pull into. So for your safety, please remain seated and remain aboard the train. Once we get those double whistles, that means we are cleared into the station. Once again, folks, for your safety, please remain seated and do not exit the train.
To the Magic Kingdom, Frontierland. This outpost is home to covered wagons, cowpox, and country bears. And we've got our own mountain range of exciting adventures. You might catch a runaway mine train at Big Thunder Mountain, or hop on over to Splash Mountain and join Brer Rabbit for a 50-foot drop straight down into the briar patch. We've reached Frontierland Station, everyone, so sit tight until we come to a complete stop. If you're disembarking here, please carry your strollers all the way off the platform before you unfold them. That'll help make room for the new passengers joining us. Watch your step now. This is Frontierland Station.
As we approach Frontierland Station, please remain seated when the train has come to a full and complete stop. The engineer has blown one single whistle, and I have given you the all clear. Please remain seated and wait for that all clear. I will let you know when it's safe to disembark. Remain aboard the train, please. I will let you know when it's safe to exit. Remain seated. We are now all clear. Watch your head and step as you exit. This is Frontierland, your gateway to relax, and we're all aboard.
Howdy, folks. If you're just joining us, welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Railroad. We're headed for Fantasyland and to Main Street, USA. Everybody stay seated. Keep your hands and arms, feet and legs safely inside the train. And as always, keep an eye on your little ones.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we head into the American wilderness, we'll pass by the dusty desert town of Tumbleweed. And keep your eyes peeled for the runaway mine trains of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. The runaway trains. Now I ask, is that any way to run a railroad? I feel right at home here in the prairies and forests of the American wilderness. These woods haven't changed much since the days when settlers started heading west. Nowadays, the rails can carry us safely through the wild, and a trip that used to take months can now be made in just a few weeks. There's plenty of deer, antelope, and elk that feed along the banks of the river. And naturally, plenty of early settlers decided to put down stakes and live here too. Of course, those early settlers weren't the first to make their home in this wild frontier. These native tribes of Plains Indians were living, hunting, and trading for centuries before we ever came along. They were the first to tame the wild horses of the American plains, long before our big old iron horses started chugging through these parts.
Look at this snake. Holy cow. You see the snake? You see any snake?
We're almost out of the woods, folks. We're coming up on the most magical of lands, Fantasyland, a place where any dream can come true. Fly over London with Peter Pan. Set sail on It's a Small World. Take a trip under the sea with the Little Mermaid. Be our guest at an enchanted feast in the Beast's castle. Or journey into the Seven Dwarfs' mine, where 1,000,000 diamonds shine. Whether you're a pixie, a princess, or just an everyday dreamer, there's always something special about Fantasyland. If you've been riding trains as long as this old-timer, you may remember the days when the circus would come to town on the local railway. Well, the circus is here, and it's set up permanent headquarters as the Fantasyland Storybook Circus. This is the place to fly high with Dumbo, or join Goofy on the Barnstormer, a rollicking ride of circus acrobatics and coaster thrills. This station is also your gateway to the rest of Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. Now, please wait until the train has come to a complete stop. Gather your belongings and carry your strollers away from the platform before you start unfolding. That way we can start loading up for the next leg of our trip.
As we approach Fantasyland Station, please remain seated till the train has come to a full and complete stop. The engineer has blown one single whistle, and I have given you the all clear. Please remain seated and wait for the all clear. I will let you know when it's safe to disembark, but for right now, please remain aboard the train. This train is still in motion. I will let you know when it's safe to exit. Remain seated. We are all clear. It is now safe to exit the train. Just a reminder for your safety, all ladies and gentlemen, need to remain inside the train at all times. Thank you. Well, it looks like Queen Elsa has visited Cinderella's castle this evening already and left the castle with plenty of icicle lights. That is Queen Elsa's doing. She likes to light the castle every evening. Check your times guide for the appropriate times of that show. It's a Frozen Holiday Wish on your time guide or on the My Disney Experience app. Enjoy the ride, folks.
a complete trip around the Magic Kingdom. For those of you who've been on board for the whole journey, thanks for putting up with me these past few days. If you're staying with us, we'll be headed for Frontierland next. Right now, please stay seated until our train comes to a complete stop.
If you like your balloon, please keep it inside the train.
Full. Please take them all the way beyond the platform so we can safely board passengers for the next leg of our journey. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
As we arrive at the station, you remain seated to make a full and complete stop. You hear two medical words, all clear. Once again, for your safety, you remain fully seated. Now that a good time to look around, make sure all your personal belongings and possessions. Any possession left behind will be followed by the instructions conductors and taken into consideration by 910. Please note that spouses and children are not considered lost items, so be try not to leave them with us. Stay seated, folks. Remain seated, please. Remain seated. Remain seated. Please watch your step. This is Main Street, USA. We are all clear. Our next stop is Frontierland.
Muchas veces que con vehículo puedo contar.